We'll call the meeting to order of the Westfield Redevelopment Commission for February 20th, 2024. And John, welcome. Thanks for signing in. Let's take a quorum, if you would, Janelle, and see if we got everybody we need.
Joe Plankis.
Here.
John Dart.
Here.
Larry Kemper.
Here.
Brian Pulowski.
Here.
Brian Tomamichael.
Here.
Mike Steele.
Okay, is Mike Steele online by any chance? Our ex officio member? No? Okay. We should make a note that he was not available. Okay, first item on the agenda is approval of the minutes for the Westfield Redevelopment Commission meeting of January 16th. Are there any questions, or can I have a motion for approval of the minutes? Okay, hearing none, I'm open for motion.
Make a motion to approve.
Okay, thank you, John.
Second.
Second by Brian. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Janelle, if you read the roll, please.
Joe Plankis.
Here. Yes.
John Dart.
Yes.
Larry Kemper.
Yes.
Brian Pulowski.
Yes.
Brian Tomamichael.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Next item on the agenda is approval of claims. Any questions or comments on the claims for the month of February? Okay, if not, open for a motion for approval of claims.
Make a motion to approve the claims.
Okay, motion by Brian.
Second.
Second by Larry, thank you. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Janelle, if you read the roll.
Joe Plankis.
Yes?
John Dart.
Yes.
Larry Kemper.
Yes.
Brian Pulowski.
Aye.
Brian Tomamichael.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes 5-0. Thank you. Next item on the agenda, Matt is not available, so Rachel is aptly filling in for Matt.
Good evening, Commission members. For the record, Rachel Nelson, Grand Park Sports Campus, stepping in for Matt this evening. Last week, Matt sent through the contracts for ratification. There was a total of 13. Commission member Dart had a couple questions that Matt then followed up with via email. 3 of those agreements are addendums. One is for an extension of office space with PBR. One is a finalization of some dates for the Suburban Indie Home Fall Show. And then some additions of some times to their overall agreement with True Lacrosse. There's also 10 standard use agreements. There was another question in regards to the transition between Pepsi and Coke, and that being noted on the contract. We are working actively to update that, as well as a couple other smaller items on the contract, and you'll see that shortly. If there's any other questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Yeah, Rachel, this is John. Yeah, that was kind of the nature of my next question was, what is the status of updating? I would assume it's a standard use agreements, right, that are going to be updated.
Mm-hmm.
Can you share what else might be changed other than the Coke contract? I mean, any other verbiage that needs to be changed across the board?
Yes, so one of the other items is Manny Herseg's name on the contract with Taft. That'll be adjusted to Cam. Those are actively being updated, so we should see that here soon.
Okay, anything else, John?
Not for me, no.
Okay, I do have one question. Do we have to go back legally, Ryan, to change the other agreements, take Pepsi out, put Coke in, as an example?
I would say we probably should defer to Cam and Taft on those legal questions, who've kind of been taking the lead on all things Grand Park related.
Okay, Rachel, can you check with Cam, please, and then just send everybody an email on what the results are, if you will, please.
Certainly. The contracts in this batch, none of those are affected by pouring rights, but there will be some here in the future. So I'll definitely check with Cam.
Okay, great.
Have Matt send an email back.
Great, thank you. Okay, if there's no other questions, open for a motion for approval of the contracts, agreements?
Make a motion to approve?
Motion.
Okay, we got a motion. John, did you second?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Janelle, if you'll take the roll, please.
Joe Plankus,
Yes?
John Dart,
Yes.
Larry Kemper,
Yes.
Brian Pulowski,
Aye.
Brian Toma Michael.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes 5-0. Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda is Resolution 02-2024 Isotopia Project Agreement. Kai, if you would, please.
Thank you, Commission members. Good evening. For the record, Kai Chuck, Economic Development Department. This resolution is regarding to Isotopia USA, Inc. They are planning to invest in the city of Westfield, a 26,000 square foot facility at 17075 Oak Ridge Road. They plan on investing an estimated $17.5 million and total investment for the project. It would be a headquarters, research and development, and manufacturing for the life science industry and the pharma industry. They plan to create 50 new jobs at the average wage about $93,000 per year. Part of the incentives package for Isotopia for the project to locate here in Westfield was $925,000 to be part of a reimbursement for their capital improvements for their location at 17075 Oak Ridge Road. Part of this agreement this evening is to transfer the funds to the Downtown Westfield Community Development Corporation, the DWCDC, for them to distribute these funds for the project. The project agreement itself will come before the commission at a later date. This particular agreement is just to transfer the funds from the RDC to the DWCDC.
Okay, any questions for Kai in regards to the agreement?
I just had a question. Is Isotopia, are they just have this property under contract, I assume? They don't actually own it currently, or
Pardon, could you repeat the question?
the Isotopia, the developer? I assume they have the property under contract?
Isotopia, I believe they do have the property under contract, correct?
So they don't own it yet, but,
No, they'll be leasing the space.
Okay.
Yes.
okay, thank you.
Yeah. Any other
Yeah, so,
questions?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, John?
Yeah, so that was kind of to my question. So they're leasing this building from the owner of the building. Who owns that building today?
Sealy Oak Ridge LLC,
Are they, where are they based out of?
Louisiana.
Okay. And do we know if they're making any investments in the property? Generally speaking, when a company comes in and leases, I mean, not generally, but oftentimes when a company comes in and leases property, the owner of the property will do a build out for office space, bathrooms, whatever it might be. It sounds like this money, this $925K is going to be used for that. But is that all that's going to be spent on that? Because this isn't going to be spent on equipment.
No,
This
this
is really-
is correct.
This is to make the space livable and workable, right?
No, this is for basically improvements for their production, and that's what it's for. Because it's specialized in the pharma industry, the owner of the property is not involved in the improvements. Their companies,
Yeah, this
Go
is
ahead.
not for equipment. This is
not for equipment, no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if walls need to be put up, I'm just using an example. Walls need to be put up, sound barriers need to be put in. Those are examples of how these dollars would be used, correct?
It's a little bit more extensive than that, not necessarily just walls, but structures for their equipment that they would need. Right now, it's sort of in barren, empty space.
John, with the kind of product that they're working with, they need to have a certain level clean room that's obviously going to be approved by the FDA as well as the Nuclear Regulatory Commission. So the build-out is much more sophisticated than anything we've ever seen in 20 years I've been here in Westfield.
It's highly specialized, so the land developer, quote, the building owner does not have that expertise, and the company would not rely on them to.
There was an article in IBJ, John, last week that their Isotopia is going to be working with a company called E-Solutions out of Texas that is going to be doing the build-out for them.
Okay. Has the city of Westfield done this before with another company?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, so yeah, so this is new. I mean, generally, if the dollars from the RDC is being spent, oftentimes it's done on infrastructure like roads, utilities, those type of things when they're using TIF dollars, right? So this is new to Westfield.
Correct.
Okay, and then one last question. I know that later there will be an agreement put together with clawbacks, and that comes to the RDC for approval again, the clawback contract?
Correct.
Okay. Is there anything that will be put in place or?
John, sorry to interrupt. This is Janelle Fairman. I'm going to have Ryan explain the portion of this resolution that gives authority to to Joe Plankus and myself to do the final execution of that contract.
Thank you, Janelle. The purpose of this resolution is to approve an ultimate project agreement between the Redevelopment Commission and Isotopia, as well as a separate grant agreement between the RDC and WCDC. But this is the authorization for that agreement, including clawbacks.
Okay, so why was I cut off? Why was I cut off on my statement?
John, I was just clarifying that this does not actually come back to the full commission, that the project agreement itself will be executed and negotiated with signature from Joe Plankus and myself, not coming back for a full review with the entire commission. So I just wanted to clarify that answer.
Okay. Will the RDC commissioners have the opportunity to provide input? I know it's your approval.
Yes.
Okay, that's ultimately what my question was. So,
Oh, very good. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, John. Any other questions from commission members? Marla, you have,
I'd just like to ask.
Oh,
for the
microphone.
I'm sorry. Marla Ayler, Clerk Treasurer for the City of Westfield and Treasurer of the RDC. Could you clarify what fund number these funds will be transferred to? I thought the director said the funds were being transferred to a fund for the DWCDC. Was I incorrect?
John, why don't you come up to the microphone so we get a record of it, please?
Yeah, the money will be transferred to the DWCDC bank account, not to a fund within the city.
Does that bank account currently exist, or it's something that's being built?
It does not exist yet.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions from commission members? Okay, if not, I'm open for a motion for approval.
Make a motion to approve.
Okay, second?
A second.
Okay, motion by Brian, I think, right? And second? Yeah. Anyway, we have a motion on the floor in a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Janelle, if you'll take the roll, please.
Joe Plankus,
Yes?
John Dart,
Yes.
Larry Kemper,
Yes.
Brian Pulowski,
Aye.
Brian Toma Michael.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes 5-0. Thank you very much.
Commissioner.
Next item on the agenda is a approval of the Bondry Consulting Engagement, Letter of Engagement. Janelle, I think this one will be for you.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is a contract. My apologies, I don't have the full contract up here on the screen. We have all the terms and conditions here listed, but you will have the full version. Oh, hold on. I'm the wrong, Bondry.
Should be.
Sorry, I skipped one.
Yep, there you go.
All right, this is the proposal, full contract ready to be executed upon your approval with Bondry to provide all of our financial advisory services associated with the Redevelopment Commission and all of the associated economic development commissions and corporations and RDA, RDC, CDC, Westfield Municipal Building Corporation and such, all covered by their financial advisory services.
Okay. Questions on the consulting engagement contract? Okay, hearing none, I'm open for motion for approval. I move to approve the Bondry Consulting Engagement contract. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, second by Larry. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Janelle, if you'll take the roll, please.
Joe Plankis,
Yes?
John Dart,
Aye.
Larry Kemper,
Yes.
Brian Pulowski,
Aye.
Brian Toma Michael.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes 5-0. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is approval of the WRDC LVR parking consulting contract. So Janelle, if you'll explain this one for us.
Thank you.
That'd be
Yes,
great.
I'll get started again on LVR. My apologies. This is a contract. Marla has provided a hard copy for you all for review. My apologies for this not getting into the agenda in its entirety. LVR Consulting is a locally owned but international parking consultancy. Leah Reyes is the principal, and this is a proposal for her to provide consulting on an hourly basis to assist us in parking planning, primarily in our downtown areas.
Okay, questions for Janelle on this particular contract?
I may have missed it in the document, but what is the hourly fee?
I'm gonna pass this down so you guys can review it. It's on page 2.
It's 200, right?
I didn't look fast enough. Yes, I do believe it's $200.
Was that 200? it 200?
Okay.
it
There's several rates: senior project manager, senior principal, $200 an hour, senior analyst, project manager, $165, and support analyst and support is $95. Those are the three rates.
Yeah, and I would like to add that these are below market rates that she is offering to us. If she's working directly for a developer, she does charge her full market rate, but she'll do work for the municipality at a discount.
Okay. Thank you for the clarification. Okay, any questions, any additional questions for Janelle? Okay, if not, we have a motion for approval.
Make a motion to approve?
Okay, all right. I'll second that motion. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Janelle, if you'll take the roll, please.
Joe Plankis,
Yes?
John Dart,
Aye.
Larry Kemper,
Yes.
Brian Pulowski,
Aye.
Brian Toma Michael.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes 5-0. Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda is approval of the WRDC Racial Architectural Services Contract. Janelle, another one for you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President. So this proposal is from Ratio Architects. This is for peer review of site design, architectural design of projects that come before the RDC. This is all work that they would perform on an hourly basis. Again, just as a peer review, not putting together any official construction documents on anything. They have proposed to charge us below market rate at $160 an hour and cap their monthly fee at $2,000 a month unless we've come to a specific agreement on a specialized study. This, again, is also below market rate.
Okay, any questions for Janelle in regards to the Ratio proposed contract? Okay, if not, open for motion for approval.
I'll motion to approve the ratio contract.
Okay, Motion by Brian Michael. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Brian, the other Brian. Janelle, if you'll take the roll, please.
Joe Plankus,
Yes?
John Dart,
Aye.
Larry Kemper,
Yes.
Brian Palowski,
Aye.
Brian Michael.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes 5-0. Thank you very much. We do have one additional item of business before the commission. Marla provided a summary of cash flow and investment balances for the Westfield Redevelopment Commission. So Marla, if you'd like to cover some of the details here, that would be great. Thank you very much.
Sure. Thank you for your time. This is just a quick summary of the fund cash and investment balances that we have at the end of January, ending January 31st, $8,303,736. Just some quick notes. Grand Junction, we had professional services and the Grand Park Events Center payment. That was $893,264. We had Eagletown TIF bond payments that were made. They had to be made February 1st, so they actually went out on the 31st, I believe, in 309. In 310, we have a transfer to the trustee on that account for SEP of $99,595. 316, the 2012 B Main Street bonds, that payment was made. That also had to be made on February 1st. And then in Wheeler Landing, we made a payment of $76,123, which was also a TIF transfer to the trustee. And then we made $32,123 in investment income on that $7.6 million investment we made on behalf of the RDC.
Okay, any questions for Marla from the commission members?
Hey, Marla, you may not know this off the top of your head, but do you know what your rate is on the Goldman Sachs account?
5.2 this week.
Awesome. Thank you.
Sure. That was as of today.
Okay, John, I know you did not see the sheet since you're not present, but we will ask Marla to email that to you, John, so that you can take a look at it also.
Yep, that was my question.
I kind of thought you might ask that question.
Should be attached
Thank you.
to the agenda.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Oh,
It's-
okay, I did not
But
print
I'll
off the
come-
agenda before I came to the meeting, so my agenda's out of date. But the report is on the website then, John, so you can just go to the link and you'll have the info.
Got it.
Okay.
Yep, appreciate it.
Okay, any other business before the commission? Janelle, anything else?
Nothing further from me.
I covered a lot of territory tonight. If there are no further questions or items of business, we'll look for a motion for adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Motion. Yep, motion to second to that.
Second from John Dart. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Voice vote.
Aye.
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 Meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, John, for teaming in, my friend.
Yep.